Hi there, this is the Goldberg trap in the Queen's Gambit declined, and it's a more complicated variation on the Illich trap. It was shown to me by one of our promising youngsters, Alon Goldberg, who in return gets his name attached and associated with this trap. So it starts with d4, d5, the Queen's Gambit with c4, black declines with the orthodox defense e6, knight c3 and knight f6, and the pin with bishop g5. Black often plays knight bd7 here, but can also unpin with bishop e7. After e3 and castles, rook c1 and knight bd7. White develops knight f3 and c6 by black. Bishop d3 allows black now to capture the pawn on c4, because white's going to recapture and lose a tempo in so doing. Knight d5, a solid Nimzowitsch-like positioning of the knight, the block, and challenging the bishop on g5. So white will trade bishops on e7, queen takes on e7, and castles. Black often takes here on c3. After rook takes on c3, black challenges the center with e5. And this is the position we looked at in the Illich trap, where white continued with e4. Also possible is queen c2. Black might continue here with e4 himself with a round equality, hitting the knight, sending the knight back to d2. But black can also trade on d4. So e takes on d4, white takes on d4. And probably best for black here is knight to b6, threatening to take the bishop on c4. Less good is knight f6, which looks kind of more natural since it offers its defensive duties. After rook e1 gaining time hitting the queen, queen d8 is probably better than queen to d6, which was played here. And now it allows white knight g5, so that knight looks dangerous. And g6 would be black's best and most resilient defense here. If instead bishop g4, the next move by white looks so obvious and so natural, rook g3, although it's probably not the best. Better would be actually taking on f7 now by bishop takes on f7, or knight takes on f7, because the queen will get to b3 with a check and hit b7 with advantage for white. But if white goes for this line, rook to g3, black's actually doing okay. The bishop can drop back to h5, allowing the rook back to h3 now, and black has to play carefully to ensure equality. Queen b4 would probably be the best move, making sure that the white queen can't move away because the bishop's going to be hanging. If instead of queen b4, black plays the natural defensive move bishop to g6, hitting the queen, well, surprisingly here, black then is busted, and that's the point of this trap, because the white queen can sacrifice on g6. Queen takes on g6. Black recaptures with the h pawn, clearly because the f pawn is pinned by the bishop on c4. But now bishop takes on f7 check, forcing the capture. Rook takes on f7, and now, stunning move, the rook on h3 sacrifices itself on h8. Rook to h8, check, forcing the capture. King takes, rook on h8, because now knight takes on f7, gets the rook back with a fork on the king and the queen. And after the king moves, say to h7, knight takes on d6, will ensure that white should have a winning advantage, or close to winning advantage, in the end game. So this has been the Goldberg trap in the Queen's Gambit decline. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.